not really my thing, you know?
Me neither.
Like, oh, it's okay.
But I've heard about Burns before I moved here.
Yeah,
and
world famous.
Yep. And so my husband and I were like, all right, we're going to celebrate the new gigs,
Right.
all the things. So we made a reservation like a month out at Burns,
Yeah,
did the
it takes a
dessert
while.
room.
Yep.
It was worth it.
Yeah.
It was worth it.
A lot of people tell you, start saving up your money now because it could be an expensive night if you're going there for your anniversary.
It was pricey.
Yeah,
you know,
it
you
is.
gotta save for it. It's a special
Absolutely.
occasion spot. You know, it's a special occasion
That's
spot.
what it is, exactly.
It is. But good eating. You know, a lot of people about to do some good eating this week with Thanksgiving
yeah.
on the way.
Absolutely.
Man, if people are traveling for Thanksgiving, getting an early head start on that before the busier days tomorrow and Wednesday, we do have a weather impact alert to tell you about. I'm sure even if you've just looked out your window, because I know looking out our window here in the studio, I can see the fog out there. It is on pretty thick between now and 9 o'clock. So for a little over an hour, we're going to hold on to this weather impact alert, just giving you the heads up that there is some patchy, dense fog out there. The visibility definitely reduced. So make sure you're giving yourself plenty of extra space between you and the car in front of you. Slow down, use those low beams. You know the drill. We had all of this sea fog last year around this time, and I do expect it to really come on thick as we head into the cooler months as well, because the Gulf actually cooled off really quickly, and those cooler waters do really make that fog move in pretty nicely. So let's talk about it. Dense fog advisory all the way up the Nature Coast through all of the Tampa Bay area, inland into Polk County, Highlands County, all the way down to Sarasota County. And yes, we do have that coastal fog advisory as well, offshore about 20 nautical miles or so. Visibility reduced out on the water as well. So not a good morning to be out on the water if you don't have to. I know we have a lot of commercial fishermen in the area. You're already up and at it. But if you're not an experienced boater, wait until the afternoon to get out and about, because the conditions this afternoon will be great. We'll talk about that marine forecast in just a moment. Here's a look at that visibility, and it's actually getting worse across the area. Now that the sun has come up, everything is really starting to develop. All the fog is really starting to condense near the surface. 0 miles of visibility in Brooksville and in Zephyrhills, 0 in Clearwater, 0 in St. Pete, half a mile in Tampa, 0 in Plant City. Wow, really dense fog across the area. Even up into the Nature Coast, Inverness, Crystal River, a quarter mile or less of visibility, and that goes for Pasco and Hernando County. Down to Sarasota, a quarter mile of visibility. Even in Sebring, 0 miles of visibility over in Highlands County. Hardy County not looking too bad, but definitely some dense fog in the area. So over the next couple of hours, we'll have temperatures climb into the mid 70s, so we won't warm very quickly through the morning with this fog, but we'll hold on to that weather impact alert. And then the afternoon, we'll gradually see those clouds decrease. We'll look at mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies today with high temperatures in the low 80s. It'll be a really nice day. If you have any evening plans tonight, we're dropping into the mid to upper 70s by around 6. Here's a look at where high temperatures top out today. Again, low 80s for the city of Tampa, very similar to yesterday. Mid 80s inland and north. We also have some low 80s along our coastal waters south of Tampa for high temperatures today. Tomorrow, I do think we'll still have some patchy morning fog. However, I do think our wind will be elevated enough tomorrow morning that we won't have quite as dense fog as this morning. That little bit of wind will make a big difference. Warm and dry afternoon with highs in the low 80s. I want to bring your attention out west, where more flooding in the Dallas, Texas area. They've got a lot of rain lately. This weather system is going to move across the southeast, and this could impact your Thanksgiving travel plans if you do have travel plans outside of the state of Florida. Let's take you through Futurecast. Through the afternoon today, this front's going to bring not only rain and storms, but the potential for severe weather from Louisiana into Mississippi and Alabama. Then that front's going to push into parts of Tennessee and Georgia, including the city of Atlanta. Atlanta is a huge hub, Hartsfield-Jackson. I know a lot of you have probably had connecting flights through there. If you have a connecting flight into Hartsfield-Jackson on Tuesday, tomorrow, on and off rain and storms do look likely there, including the potential for severe weather. So more than likely going to have some flight delays out of Hartsfield-Jackson tomorrow. That front will move into our area going into Wednesday, offering us maybe an isolated shower. We just won't have enough moisture to give us a significant rain chance. But a few showers could continue into your Turkey Day, Thanksgiving. And as that front sinks south through the day, cooler air will start to usher in. So high temperatures on Thursday only topping out in the low to mid 70s with, again, that chance for maybe a few showers. Doesn't look like it's going to be a big deal, though. That cooler, breezy air will probably feel nice when all you are cooking and the kitchen's super hot. Waking up Friday to the 40s to near 50 with highs potentially only near 70 degrees. I have us at 70 in Tampa right now. A lot of our suburbs will be in the upper 60s, but then we'll warm right back up through the weekend, back near 80 degrees. Here's that marine forecast. Once the fog lifts, the waterways will be great today to get out on. Light chop on the bay, seas at about a foot. Overall, a nice day on the way. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. After our weather impact alert ends this morning, we'll have a really nice stretch of days, mild mornings with some patchy fog possible each morning. Highs in the low 80s. We cool off late week just in time for Thanksgiving and Black Friday. And then the weekend looks nice. Breezy, tons of sunshine, comfortable mornings with highs near 80.
All right, thank you, Courtney.
Now with meteorologist Courteney Jacobazzi.
Good morning, everyone. Yes, as you can see there, weather impact alert. We're keeping that through the next hour or so as the dense fog will continue across the area. Definitely seeing that reduced visibility. So we are advising you, allow some extra space between you and the car in front of you. Make sure to slow down, use those low beams. Here's a look at that dense fog advisory. According to the National Weather Service, we do have that from the Nature Coast all the way through the Bay Area down into Sarasota and Manatee County, and that extends inland to Polk County, Highlands, and Hardee County. But take a look, we also have that coastal fog advisory that extends about 20 nautical miles offshore, so even reduced visibility out on our waterways this morning. If you're not a commercial fisherman, and I'm sure if you are a commercial fisherman, you've been out for several hours, not the best morning to be out on the water this morning. Just give yourself until the afternoon if you can, because the boating conditions will be better a little later today. Here's a look at that current visibility for those of you who are on land this morning. Quarter mile in Clearwater and in St. Pete, a half a mile in Tampa, a quarter mile in Plant City. And believe it or not, this is actually an improvement from about half an hour ago, and I do expect the improvement to continue. But Hernando, Pasco County, all the way into Polk County, Highlands County, we're seeing visibility of upwards of only a quarter mile. Starting to improve in Citrus County, Crystal River, you're at a mile of visibility right now, a quarter mile in Sarasota and in the Venice Beach area. Notice by about 10:30, a lot of that fog dissipating. I think a lot of it will be off the surface, so it'll just be some low-hanging clouds. But then we'll see tons of sunshine through the afternoon today. That's going to allow temperatures to climb into the low to mid 80s. Another nice and warm day for you. Beautiful afternoon on the way for your Monday. Now tomorrow, I do think we'll have the chance for some morning fog. I don't think we're going to give it a weather impact alert though, because we'll have a little bit of wind tomorrow morning, and that makes a big difference in terms of fog development. So I don't think the fog will be quite as widespread tomorrow. And then the afternoon, another warm and dry day with highs in the low 80s. I want you to look out west because we have a weather system building in Texas right now, bringing flooding to Dallas. This is another round of flooding for parts of Texas. And this weather system is going to continue to push east over the next couple of days and also bring the chance for severe weather from places like Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Georgia. Named a lot of states across the southeast. If you're traveling to any of those today and tomorrow, you want to keep an eye on those flights. Take a look. By tomorrow morning, this front moving into a huge hub for us here in the Bay Area. Atlanta is a big connector for a lot of your flights. So just know if you have a flight into Atlanta tomorrow, even if it's a connection, it could very well be delayed because multiple rounds of storms are expected in Georgia. And then that weather system will finally sink south into our area Wednesday, bringing us maybe a stray shower Wednesday evening. And then as that front continues to move through on Thanksgiving, an isolated shower is possible. The bigger story, though, is going to be the cooler air that will be ushering in. We'll start to have our wind change out of the north on Thanksgiving. So high temperatures only going to be in the mid 70s after a morning in the mid 60s. And that's when you know that cooler air is rolling in when the high is only a few degrees warmer than the morning low. So overall, it'll be a nice day on Thanksgiving, despite the fact that we will have that chance for a low end rain chance rather for Thursday. Low temperatures beyond that. Look at this, waking up in the 40s for a lot of us Friday morning. Going to stay chilly into Saturday, and then we'll warm right back up into the upcoming weekend. But nice little cool down on the way. Here's that marine forecast once the fog lifts. Light chop on the bay, seas at about a foot. So overall, it'll be a nice afternoon to get out on the water. Weather impact alert for the morning. We're staying warm and mostly dry through Wednesday. And then that cool down arrives. Highs only in the 70s Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Tons of sunshine with breezy conditions this weekend with highs back near 80 on Sunday. All right, now it's time for Check of the Roadways. Sarah Rosario's got you covered.
All right.